Yeah, got a good show for y'all today. Got a damn good show. And some other shit, but I think this is the first time I've actually had to maybe start the goddamn broadcast with a fucking goddamn bathroom break. Alright. Be right back. Yeah, back up. Okay.
Joining me to debate the biggest night in Hollywood is my Oscar super PAC, Esther Crackfield and Ava Santina, and two titans of the YouTube movie community.
How the hell does this fucking goddamn blonde twat keep getting on Piers Morgan?
The critical drinker and Nerdrotic. Well,
and it's really hard for Hollywood to fight this giant disconnect they have with their.
By the way, I would like everyone to point out that the bitch in the middle is a hyper psycho feminist. I don't know why she's on Piers Morgan unless after the show's done, she climbs onto the desk and goes, "Piers, which hole?"
Audience, when you come out and
or
do
not,
something.
I really don't fucking follow football in the off season that much. I don't have enough time, Power Falcon.
with Slash, one of the great guitar heroes of all time.
Exacts a lot of money. But look, you know, I don't really understand why you think I love Barbie or want to speak up for it. You know, what?
Well, 'cause it's your feminist fucking utopia. It's a goddamn matriarchy, you stupid bitch.
I do care about
Do you hate Barbie?
What I do care about is that Greta Gerwig is routinely looked over. I mean, she made Little Women a few years ago, and that should have been Oscar. That should have been Oscar nominated because.
Look, I have not seen Greta Gerwig's Little Women. I'm not going to, because Little Women is a fucking novel by Jane Austen, and I find Jane Austen fucking. Let me just say this: I would rather let fucking my nuts rest on a hot plate than read Jane Austen.
Absolutely fantastic production. Look, it goes to show that women are left out of the conversation because a lot of the time men.
No, they're fucking not. Best Actress has been a category for damn near 100 years of the Academy Awards. Women are not left out of the conversations. Fuck you, you feminist bitch. How do you get on this show outside of sucking him off?
And don't think that it's worth their time to watch a quote-unquote women's film. And I mean, it was enjoyed by women all over the world.
Do you know what movie women flock to, feminist? Do you know what they flock to in droves? Men didn't give a fuck about it. 50 Shades of Grey, where a man dominates a woman. Men didn't give a shit about that movie. Probably 80% of the ticket sales were women. The 20% that were men were just drugged there by their fucking wives and girlfriends. And it's like, Jesus Christ, honey, if you wanna do that, we don't fucking gotta go to the movies. We can just stop by Home fucking Depot.
Women produce good content, they'll get all the accolades. You know, this idea that women always have to be nominated or you always have to have some diverse category to show that there's progress is ridiculous. This is why Hollywood has suffered so much. Hollywood has had bad film years.
Yeah, Hollywood has lost billions of dollars. Like, if they don't kick out of this, they're going to die.
Great actress. But the Barbie play out last night was Ken's the ultimate winner. It's all about Ken.
Yeah, but it's not even, it's not the sort of feminism that we engage in regularly, is it? It's sort of white feminism,
No, that is the type of feminism that feminists engage in regularly. Again, you must give great fucking head to keep being on this show.
Rich person
We're
feminism.
talking about, okay, how would you have felt if a naked woman had come on stage last night, clutching a little thing over her genitalia, and the whole joke was about her fact that she was topless and semi-naked? Because we saw John Cena doing it, right?
I would have called the police because clearly that's a mentally unwell person.
Now, if that had been a woman and I'd said, wow, she looks hot, you would have gone, you disgusting, objectifying pig. How...
Yeah, and why is it wrong to objectify women again? They seem to do a pretty good job of making goddamn sure they objectify themselves.
Doing this all the time. I mean, women were naked on page 3 in our newspapers.
I thought we'd all moved on. This was the whole point.
Well,
who cares? Those women chose to be naked on page 3. Like a whole lot of sluts in your country choose to be naked as the day they were born on OnlyFans. I am sorry, my dear, my sweetheart. But is there not a viable career path for a woman to sexualize herself on OnlyFans, work 1 hour a day, and rake in 6 figures? And I'm not bitching about it. I'm not bitter about it. The money's there. You have a bunch of fucking idiotic dipshit simps that'll give it to them. Because nobody's teaching men how to be men anymore. Again, thanks to cunts like you. And so they're paying for these fucking dipshits. And they think they have a real relationship with them because they wrote their name on their ass in a magic marker. Like, bitch, you want $500 from me? That's going to require you getting on your knees.
Well, but, you know, men...
And a few other things that'll make the devil throw up.
No, the truth is, Esther, the truth is that women have had it both ways. I'm sorry, as a breed, you've had this with stuff like... With the objectifying... Well, you're a breed, yeah. With the objectifying... With the objectifying...
Never gonna let that go.
With the objectifying debate...
Oh, Jesus Christ, it wasn't that offensive, you fucking twat!
I completely disagree with that because all of the Sydney Sweeney narrative over the past week has been, oh my God, this woman is so beautiful. What is not acceptable is when men are like, I would like to do awful things to that woman.
Yeah, well, unless they actually do that, they can talk about doing that. My God, feminist, LGBTQ, all these fucking activist types, they think that words and phrases and whatever is actual violence. No, it's fucking not. Me saying, I want to see Megan Fox never wear clothes again, up until her looks start to go, is not violence to anyone. If you want to say it's creepy or gross, well, that's your opinion. But it ain't violence. I'm not running up on Megan Fox ripping her shit off. Shut the fuck up. If some guy writes on Twitter that he wants to come on Sydney Sweeney's tits, that's not violence. Fuck you.
That's the narrative
all the time with women.
See, the thing is, women claim to...
Poldark. Remember Poldark? Every time a new series of Poldark came out, there would be Aidan Turner with the kids off, and women going, what I do to Aidan Turner. Yeah. And we're all supposed to go, well, that's great.
You know why we say great?
Because men don't care.
Because it's not threatening, is it?
Oh, it's not threatening. Oh, Jesus fucking God. Oh, my God. I want to stab this fucking feminist in the throat with my pen.
Have it both ways. With the whole Sydney Sweeney thing, yes, it's because she had her boobs out and she looked like she was auditioning to be a wet nurse. But the point, the thing is, you can't have it because there were some men that were objectifying her, but everyone was celebrating it. But somehow, when it comes to men, it's basically a form of revenge. Women don't want to say it, but seeing men objectifying men or treating men in the dehumanizing way you don't want to see.
Oh, look, the sad fact of the matter is, even though I like the black chick, everyone objectifies everyone else. Men objectify women, women objectify men. We just objectify on different things. Men typically, yes, do objectify women on their bodies. But women objectify men on our fucking bank accounts. Just saying.
And most women I know, whether they want to admit it or not, like being objectified. If they're looking great, they like men to go, wow.
But it's context, isn't it?
No, women really like it, and a lot of women make a really good living at it. In fact, Both of you stupid bitches can make a decent living objectifying and sexualizing yourself on OnlyFans. Also, isn't one of the contradictory tenets of feminism, isn't a woman sexualizing herself a good thing? Or is it a good thing only until men start to appreciate it?
Great.
What's positive objective?
How do you feel if a builder wolf whistles at you? How do you feel?
Fine with that.
Is that
Exactly.
positive? Oh, that's positive.
When has any woman in history ever
what
been
you don't
genuinely
want-
upset
you
by
don't want-
a bunch of builders wolf
You don't want to
whistling?
feel threatened by a man, right?
That- that-
I agree.
yeah.
Oh my God, this stupid. How is she? Again, she has to be sucking him off. I'm sorry, honey pie. And either the finish is he comes, you swallow, or he comes on your fucking face. That is the only reason he is putting up with your stupidity.
No, I agree. We're not
If it
talking
was
about
late
that.
at night and then a man is wolf whistling at you,
I'm talking
from
about
200 yards
purely
back,
the objectification.
I appreciate that when you're seeing someone who is living like a billionaire's lifestyle and they're talking about climate change, it's frustrating. But then if you look at someone like Angelina Jolie, who spends a lot of time with the UN, is that not more interesting?
We know you for playing pretend.
God, you really praising it? All right, that's it. I'm done. The only reason the blonde bitch is on is because she's giving Piers Morgan head. Yeah, Angelina Jolie, she might give a pretty little speech at the UN, but she ain't doing shit. She ain't doing a goddamn thing for poverty. Oh, hell, I'll just move into this. This is from The Amazing Atheist. It is a year ago, but he was responding to the critical drinker as completely irrelevant, a fake critic, who again was on Piers Morgan 2 days ago, while TJ has steeped into ever more irrelevancy. But
critical drinker. Yeah, I hate this dude. I hate his criticisms. I think.
Oh, jeez. I can't imagine why that is, TJ, because you're a little bitch boy that enjoys getting pegged.
They usually suck, but 90% is literally just him pointing at stuff he doesn't like and just saying woke and then money falling into his lap. But he says it in a funny voice. So this is called why.
No, generally he says woke and then he explains why it's woke. And then, yeah, he's right. So money falls into his lap. That's the way it works.
Modern movies
Man,
suck.
don't you just hate them all?
Like 95%. 98, 90, 95, 98.
Well,
Oh, God. This is who Jake modeled his character after, by the way. I guarantee it.
For here, but
If you
like,
happen
don't
to
you
be-
see how this is just the inverse of what Anita Sarkeesian was doing a few years back, except for it's actually popular? Because when a bunch of women were being
No, because when you broke down Anita Sarkeesian's argument, as I did, as you fucking did, TJ, you utter hypocrite, her argument fell apart. Her arguments had no substance. Again, you're already trying to just dismiss him as the male version of Anita Sarkeesian. Engage with the argument.
whiners, but now you make the exact same videos. Hollywood hates men.
Yeah, except he has an argument to back up the claim. Anita Sarkeesian, when you actually went into her videos, had no fucking argument at all because she didn't understand the media she was reporting on.
glory or hard-bitten cops taking on the criminal underbelly of society. They were a whole generation.
Yeah, none of those are good role models, by the way.
Why not? Let me back you up. So, none of these are good role models according to TJ
To
here.
rise to the challenge.
Okay, so Rocky, a story of never giving up and keep fighting against impossible odds. No, that's not a story we should fucking tell young boys.
Or brave adventurers risking life and limb for fortune and glory.
All right, truth be told, Indy might be stealing a priceless artifact from an indigenous culture, but, well, fuck it, it's Indy. And apparently these natives are so primitive, they still live like they're in the caveman days, yet had the wherewithal to build a temple with sophisticated traps to kill intruders to steal their golden idol.
Or hard-bitten cops taking on the criminal.
And that's the only reason TJ says this is because hard-bitten cop taking on the criminal underbelly, which Clint Eastwood, of course, as Dirty Harry does. But had at least the only Dirty Harry movie I've seen 3 of them. And the last one is so ridiculous. It's a fucking comedy. Oh my God, if you've never, I think it's Magnum Force is the last one. It is. Watch the last Dirty Harry movie. If you are in a bad mood, I guarantee you'll be laughing your ass off by the end of it. But as for the first one, well, if Dirty Harry hadn't gone rogue, essentially, the serial killer would have won. Is that a good thing? And also, TJ, you're anti-gun, anti-death penalty, and generally again, who are you going to call to, when the criminals come for you? I'm going to do this from the Young Turks. So, Ghetto Ratchet Mayor, Tiffany, whatever the fuck her name is, has tried to veto the investigation into her. All right, let's see what Ghetto Bitch has to say.
Henyard, the mayor of Dalton, Illinois, is struggling to silence growing calls for an investigation into how she spends public money.
Not a great sign for the town, which actually enjoyed a budget surplus when Henyard was elected back in 2021, but is now in financial peril.
Yes, because she spent a bunch of money that she shouldn't have on things like a first-class ticket to Las Vegas. And I can just envision her on the plane. Oh, honey, we're flying first class. Yes. I am the mayor of Who Gives a Shit.
So the mayor blamed the town's financial...
I'm the mayor of Dalton, baby. I need to fly first class. How much you want to bet I'm about 95% accurate?
He's having an event. Anyway, that's just the beginning. This
is why you don't elect ghetto ratchet bitches to your fucking mayoralship or executive branches. I'm sorry. This is the first time this con has had money and she doesn't know how to use it.
Township. Henyard collects an annual salary close to $300,000 a year. That's more than what a federal lawmaker makes.
Yes, because she's class. She needs to have that money so she can be class. I guarantee you that's how she puts it. Oh, and to make sure she stays in this job, she recently wrote some cockamamie bullshit that I don't believe would stand up, that she will receive the 6-figure salary, but anyone that challenges her and wins will only receive 20 grand.
Okay, it's definitely what...
Now, I don't know if running this town would be a full-time job or just something part-time. I mean, I guarantee I can make it a part-time job, but...
Sources more than abused by a seemingly corrupt politician like Henyard. Obviously, everything.
Although I will say it is refreshing to see TYT starting to go after the left a little bit.
Colorado. 2 years ago, she became the target of the local thugs with badges. And as with everything else the cops do, it was a mistake. It began with a report of a truck.
Jeez. The cops have to so the taxpayers have to fork over $4 million just because some dumb black grandma got her fucking home raided accidentally. Just laugh it off and deal with it, bitch. I'm sorry it happened. Yeah, I get it. They raided the wrong house. But that's not a $4 million mistake. Jesus Christ, just laugh it off and go with it.
But the owner of the stolen truck said that he had put 4 semi-automatic handguns, a rifle, a revolver, 2 drones, $4,000.
Okay, 4 semi-automatic rifles and handguns. That's every fucking rifle and every fucking handgun on the planet today, except for, well, in rifles cases, fucking lever action and black powder, and in handgun cases, everything except single action revolvers, black powder, and yeah, that's it.
In cash and an iPhone inside of the truck before it was stolen. Now, the owner of the truck used the Find My app to track the phone to the general area that was close to
And if it was a 78-year-old white woman, you wouldn't have given a fuck.
Mrs. Johnson's home.
Hell, why don't I think if it was a 78-year-old white woman who shot an intruder, but the intruder happened to be black, you'd be crying about racism. You want to know what's really holding the black community back? It ain't fucking whitey. It's your own fucking worshiping at the altar of Saint Victimhood.
Lawn. She came out all right wearing only her bathrobe and a bonnet. The police held her at gunpoint. Now, as the police...
No, that's not at gunpoint. Their guns are pointed down.
They had to have known who lived there. They knew that this was a woman who lived by herself, an elder...
Oh my God. Let's just say... The bitch doesn't deserve $4 million.
Gear. Though, as we all know, the police are the biggest terrorist organization in America. Now, you might be wondering, was...
Except when a lot of your black sisters, when a lot of your strong black sisters are getting their faces punched in to burnt lasagna by the strong black brothers. And they need someone to save their life. Oh yeah, you call the cops. Yeah, shut the fuck up. Cops are necessary, fuck you. Yeah, they made a mistake. Whoop-de shit.
Hostile. Were the intentions of these white officers who terrified this elderly black woman an act of malice? Well, consider this.
Well, let's see. Did she, was this the legal residence of maybe her grandson, who was the target of this raid? But her grandson who was probably a drug kingpin, didn't bother to say, hey, Grandma, here's $5,000. You need to leave town now. I'm going to get the fuck out of here, too. No, he just left his grandma. $20 says we're looking for his grandson.
The police used a battering ram to get into Miss Johnson's garage.
Yeah, that's what they do. No shit.
Even
Phoenix, the only people you have to protect you are the cops. You can't protect yourself. You've said yourself you're basically crippled. You can't move without a walker.
They ran.
You're right. The cops just really just wanted to break that door for some fucking reason.
Sacked and
Gee, and looks like a lot of weird shit for an old lady's apartment. Let's go back.
Well, consider this. The police used a battering ram to get into Miss Johnson's garage, even after she had explained to them how to open the door. They didn't have to damage her property. They wanted to damage it.
Yeah. Okay. That's full of shit. But, okay, typical old lady shit. What the hell is all this? Oh, was she receiving stolen property?
They ransacked and searched her house and found nothing, of course, and didn't find anyone there. But the officers broke a ceiling panel using the handle of her kitchen broom. They were using her own household items to destroy and vandalize her house. This was not a search. This was just vandalism. They stood on top of...
Oh, yeah, and I'm sure all those officers were white, and I'm sure they were just looking to oppress the blackity blacks. Hey, motherfucker, if you're so oppressed in this country, then why are you allowed a YouTube channel? Shouldn't this have been shut down years ago? Shouldn't your black ass have been silenced?
After this illegal search was over, the ACLU represented Miss Johnson in a lawsuit against 2 of the criminals who attacked her and destroyed her home. Detective Gary Stabb.
Look, I'm sorry, but sometimes, you know what? I'm getting really sick of this anti-cop shit because all you motherfuckers need them. What's your black ass gonna do if white people decide to get racist again? There's never been a better force at war than white people. And if we want you out and you get rid of the cops, then you're going to be out. Just saying. Actually, hell, we won't have to. Because the odds of white people rising out and wanting to kick black people out of the country is probably less than 0. Oh, what's going to happen when all your fine young scholars start shooting each other and there's no cops to stop it? Yeah.
And the supervisor who approved the fraudulent search warrant, Sergeant Gregory Bushy. They were sued under a Colorado law that had been passed after the murder of George Floyd. This law gave victims...
I swear to God, I am so fucking sick of the Floydification of the nation. George Floyd was a piece of shit that died from a fentanyl overdose, not police brutality. And you know what? Fuck him. I'm glad he's dead, and I hope he's in hell.
Victims of police violence the right to sue individual...
And by the way, you can fucking clip me on that.
...who were sued. Only the 2...
By the way, fuck George Floyd, if I haven't said it enough. Fuck him. Fuck all this stupid bullshit. I'm glad he's dead, and I hope he's in hell.
...officers who were most responsible for this illegal raid. So I'm assuming that the money is meant to come from the 2 thugs with Badge's bank accounts, assuming they have anything.
Yeah, and I'm assuming your sorry black ass has anything anyway. Meanwhile, your whole fucking community is a crumbling pile of ruin.
Morning's briefing. As the ACLU...
I don't hate black people. I hate black people like this jackass. There's a difference.
You stated in...
Yet you'll find me subscribed to several black YouTubers. The Officer Tatum and Black Conservative Perspective promptly to mine.
In their lawsuit.
You know what? You sorry black ass piece of shit. Here's the thought. If you think America is so fucking racist, if you think it's so fucking terrible to live here, if you think it's so fucking dangerous to live here, why don't you go get yourself a plane ticket, pack your shit, and go back to Africa? The motherland! Africa. Oh, wait, you won't because, most of Africa is a shithole and in a constant state of civil war, and you will most likely, fresh off the plane, will either be killed or kidnapped because you're an American and they think every American is rich. And by their standards, we are. So, but, you can always return to Africa. I wouldn't recommend it.
Isn't the right place. storming a black woman's residence while she was totally undressed, ransacking her home and destroying her property. Why does that sound so familiar? Because this is exactly how the Louisville police murdered Breonna Taylor. In that case...
Oh my God, no, they fucking didn't. Breonna Taylor was tits deep into her boyfriend's drug dealing operation and died being used as a human meat shield. Had Breonna Taylor made smarter life choices, she would still be with us today, maybe because she looks to be about 200 pounds overweight. Go fuck yourself.
Her address, even though they knew that the local post office had told them there were no suspicious packages sent to her apartment. That fraudulent affidavit directly led...
No, oh my God, they weren't there for that. They were there for her drug kingpin boyfriend. And again, whose operations she was tits deep in.
...to the murder of Breonna Taylor. And there was also another case similar to Miss Johnson's.
And by the way, that's another one that I'm fucking glad is dead. Fuck 'em, I hope she's in hell.
And Jeanette Young, whose home was raided by the Chicago police, who made her stand naked for minutes on end while handcuffed. In that case, the city of Chicago was forced to settle Miss Young's lawsuit for $2.9 million. In the case of Mrs. Young...
You know what? I might give her $2.9 million if the cops were that fucking stupid to have her handcuffed naked. Then, okay, fine, I'll give you the $2.9 million.
The demented perverts tried to lie their way out of it, but at least one of these creeps was fired. But what's called...
Well, if they were demented perverts, they would have tried to have sex with her. But if they truly handcuffed her naked and didn't give her a chance to, like, cover up or something, I might understand breaking into the home if she's naked then, but it's like, well, you know, give her a minute.
Called for, though, was not a firing, but for these criminals to be put in a cage. So when the police do these things, they are not accidents, they're deliberate. They know who...
Oh, yes, and when a police force is majority black, what is it then? Like, I think Chicago's police force is, in fact, a majority black. The other two I don't know about. But does the country just hate black women that much? Again, look at the fucking VP of the United States.
Lives at these places.
Again, do I think the 77-year-old black woman deserves compensation? From what you're telling me, yes. But then again, I would be heavily skeptical of your story because you're a black supremacist. Yeah, I'll finally tell you what you are, you fucking jackass. But yeah, I think that they wrecked her home, then the city can pay restitution to have her home restored. But again, what did you want him to do? Take her by a fucking limo to a fucking hotel? And again, it looks like she actually did have stolen property in the goddamn hotel, or in her home. Just saying. And again, maybe this constant surge of victimhood is what's actually fucking up the black community. Because, god damn it, I thought modern women accountability was kryptonite. It's nuclear level kryptonite when it comes to fucking black people, apparently.
Bring charges, which is what happened in...
Well, would you prefer no police and then everything could just descend into lawlessness and anarchy? Or worse, most likely for black youth, would be vigilantism. Because again, black men make up about 6% of the population, and they are responsible for half the violent fucking crime. Again, and probably predominantly because I think it's like 80% of black children are being raised in single mother households, and single mother households, for the most part, are a disaster. How many black kids are being raised predominantly by their grandmother because mama still wants to go out to the fucking club? Yeah, I'm gonna go out to the club. I'm gonna be with Tyrone. Even though she has 2 fucking kids at home who she's leaving with her grandmother. Now, I can't really stick up for the grandmother because she's like, oh yeah, baby, you go to the club. I'll watch the grandkids. Where is the accountability in this fucking community? Yeah, I have news for you. This is why Donald Trump is going to win in a landslide. Everyone's getting sick of your stupid shit. So, okay, my black African queen, what is your solution to police?
What is my solution to police? I mean, I don't claim to have solutions. I claim that, yes, let's think about it. Let's not just say, oh, this will work so well, so let's never change a thing. Because that's not how societies work.
You want to just talk about problems but not actually solve problems.
Who was born into a black family,
you live your entire life in an apartment. I am actually out in the real world. In a job field dominated by black people.
I'll do all that.
And I, as a white man, go out in a predominantly dominated by black people field every fucking day.
I'm so...
All right, Thomas Clay, what the fuck you want to talk about? Okay. Hopefully the YouTube gods are kind to me. And I'm sorry.